dead race here, another day at the office. Yeah. Holy, I'ma burn for the Father. Gather around and fight against any hunter. Free, we the sons and the daughters. Remember him, let my name be for God.
After seniors, we ask that you may bless their future, guide and direct them towards your plan and your will, despite what we face, whether it be COVID or heartbreak or whatever we go through. You guide these seniors into this corrupt world, that you may allow them to be a light for you, a light for those who are lost. Lord, for those who are not seniors, we ask that you may continue to bless their lives and help them step up into bigger and better things at their high school, help them be leaders where they are. Lord, we just ask you, no matter where we're from, that you may continue to use us for your glory, not ourselves. Lord, may you be the one that's glorified. We love you, we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray.
We want to help you grow in your relationship with God. Making a decision is just the first step. But your faith is real when you walk it out.
Tell you this right now, as I stand in front of you, Montgomery, I will not miss this here. Because I know I have faith. I know who I belong to. I know where I'm going. There was a time I didn't know that. And some of you tonight, you got to ask yourself that question. Do I really know God? Do I believe God is real? Why don't I believe God is real? Am I broken where I can't understand and get the help from a program like ALFCA, where they can teach you the gospel? And some of you adults here tonight, you got to make that decision about Jesus. Man, this is no game. Time is running out. God's going to call your name. Will you be ready?
It's a homer.
God loves you.
Yeah, go ahead, ask me how I do it, bro. Sky falling, but I'm still flying through it, though. Hey, this ain't willpower, it's willpower. When God at the wheel, now that's a real power. I feel power, so I'ma trust that. Lord, I want everything you got for me. I won't be satisfied until I find the center of your heart. Lord, you know you open my eyes, you show me things that I can't see on my own. You call me justified, free to find everything you are. And you changed me from what I used to be. Open my eyes, now I can see. You're making this life so beautiful. Keeping it moving.
He said, I'm like an athlete. He said, but I'm buffeting and disciplining my body, going after something that can never be taken away from me. He said, I'm going after an imperishable reed. I'm pushing after Jesus. So guys, please hear me on this. All right, I want you to understand something, because you guys are probably thinking, man, you're contradicting yourself, because you've been saying all weekend we don't work to earn our salvation. And now all of a sudden you're talking about this working thing. You're going to need to remember this for the rest of your life. You do not work to earn your salvation, all right, but you do work out of your salvation.
Now shines for all to see. Is victory. All praise will rise to Christ our King. Your name is victory.
Buckets.
Light sparks in you that you can go back into the darkness of where you're from and shine for Christ. Because a lot of us complain about the environments that we're in, the situations that we can't get from, and we wonder why God doesn't do anything about it. We just sit around and feel sorry for ourselves, wondering why nothing changes and why God never did anything to change it. But He did. He made you. And He brought you here to put His Spirit inside of you.
So we pour out our praise to you only.
Sing great are you, Lord.
You give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love.
A basketball in my hand is worth $19. A basketball in Michael Jordan's hand is worth about $33 million. It depends on whose hands it's in. Okay? A baseball in my hand is worth about $6, but a baseball in Mark McGuire's hand is worth about $19 million. It depends on whose hand nails in my hands it will produce a mighty birdhouse, but nails in Jesus Christ's hands will produce salvation for an entire world. It depends on whose hands it's in. So as you can see, it depends on whose hands it's in. So you put your concerns, your worries, your fears, your hopes, your dreams, your family, your relationships in God's hands, because it depends on whose hands it's in.
That's why Christ is so important. Y'all back up.
Number one is, number two is, number three is Jesus saved. All right? Because this is our hope. This is the gospel. That Jesus walked that perfect life to show us what is required and what it takes. But you know what? He didn't stop there. He says, look, this is what is required, this is what it takes, and this is what I want for you. But I understand that you are going to fall short. I understand you will not be 100% on your image out there on the field, but I want to say that I love you so much that I want you to be 100% out on that field, so that I'm going to die and put my life on the line for you, so that when you mess up, you can still keep playing. That you're not done yet. As long as you got breath in your lungs, God is not done with you yet.
In 1954, God implanted into the heart of a basketball coach a vision that sports could be used as a vehicle to share the message of Jesus Christ.
This idea was so compelling that it impacted the influencers.
There is a reason for this Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Athletics has a place. Why this thing of Fellowship of Christian Athletes seems to have arisen in the mind of a few men. But not just two or three gathered together. but millions of people everywhere, dedicated to a common cause. The potential is almost beyond conception. Think of the power of this group through all the nations of the world.
And that influence
continues today.